Hi, I'm Ariana and the Rose, and you're watching Backstage. The name came about because Rose is my middle name, and when I was thinking about a name, I wanted a moniker. Like, I love artists like Florence and the Machine and Marina and the Diamonds and people like that. And I wanted something that felt larger than myself. And I had a lot of really bad name ideas. I had like Ariana and the Starfish, like Ariana and the Satellites. And one of my best friends was like, why aren't we just using your actual name? And that was how Ariana and the Rose was born. Yeah, I joke that I'm Ariana and the Rose's intern. I feel that I have to do all of her grunt work and she gets to have all the fun. I'm on the emails, dealing with everything, and then she puts on like the glittery costume. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're two different people. They're just two different sides of me. And I love that. When I started, working as a musician and I started the project Ariana and the Rose, I didn't anticipate necessarily stepping into her like that, but I love it. I feel like it gives me freedom, and it's still so me, and there's facets of the show and the songwriting. I mean, that's all me, but the sort of stage persona and the larger than life quality I get to kind of embody with her, I think just feels really freeing for me, and I love getting to kind of like put her on and take her off. Baby, take me for a joyride. The galaxy is in our eyes. It has been a long journey. I am definitely an artist who has had a very slow build, and I think that was something that I actually used to feel embarrassed about, and now it's something that I feel like is very important to talk about so that other artists know that every time you see an artist who's doing something that maybe you are looking at thinking, I wish I was doing that there's 5, 8, 10 years behind that of people hustling. Sometimes that's not how it happened, but for me, it's been a slow build of finding my community, of finding people who get my music, who get my artistry. And I'm from New York. I'm born and raised. And so I've lived in other places. I lived in London for a little while. I was writing for other artists. I was really fortunate to be a songwriter and get exposed that way to other genres, other musicians, other writers. That was sort of an education for me. And then through living in England and Europe, I was like exposed to like all this different nightlife and just sort of immersive theater and different things like that. And so that party that I started, Light and Space, which was this immersive live music party is what we called it. It was like a combination of theater and a disco and all these different things. That was really like a culmination of a lot of different things I had been going to. And it just felt like when I made it, of course, I had to bring it home. I had to bring it to New York. And that really felt like the beginning of kind of the Ariana and the Rose project as it is today. I think the best things, at least for me, the things I love are things where it's sort of like this feels fresh, but it also feels familiar. And that's sort of a way I think you can reach people and let them feel safe. But also they can feel like they're discovering something new. When you're lost and you're lonely, oh, you got some place to go. The Lonely Hearts Club is my debut album, and I wrote it in COVID. I put it out independently, which I'm super proud of. And it's just been this amazing experience getting to reach new people. It's so cool the way that people have found it, the way that it's grown. The album is really about nightlife and about the freedom that comes with the dance floor, and writing it sort of like in deep COVID. I just wanted to write something for when we could all be back on a dance floor. So it was really my way of like dreaming myself out of the situation we were in and feeling like I just wanted to be the soundtrack when people were in a place to celebrate again. The whole record is brand new. Pre-COVID, I was about to go on tour opening for another artist. I was about to do a 20-day tour. I had put an EP out that had a volume 1, and I was putting out volume 2. I had everything ready to go. I was about to do a whole residency doing that Light and Space immersive event. And then the whole board got wiped clean. And I just felt like it was a gift. and I didn't want to sit there and try and make something work for a version of myself, the world, music that didn't exist anymore. And so I really took it on as an opportunity. I definitely was sad for a little bit. And then I said, you know what? No, let's just like start again. And I was in my apartment for months writing by myself on a piano, and I couldn't do writing sessions. I was sick of doing Zoom sessions. I thought they were like so soulless. And my musical director, Andy, who's actually traveling with me on tour, he and I were like, do you want to just do a writing session? We had both been quarantined. We had never written together before. And on our very first session, we wrote Lonely Hearts Club. That was the very first song we wrote together. And I just knew immediately. I was like, oh, we're going to make an album. So the whole thing was sort of an accident, and it was our first time collaborating together, and the whole record just sort of like fell out of us. So it's all brand new, and yeah, it's just fresh for everyone. You grow and you change, and my artistry has changed, and I have been exploring new things, and I think also getting to know myself more. I think I will always change and evolve. I don't know if I'll ever make the same thing twice. I'd like to think I'm a better songwriter. I evolve every time, so hopefully my craft is getting better every time. And I think my earlier stuff, like I said, I think my earlier stuff was more like fully about me. Like writing is always therapy, but really was so about my experience and learning how to translate that. And over time, I feel like writing has been something where it is my experience, but it's using my personal experiences to get to talk about bigger things that allow other people to have their own experiences. And that sort of has shifted the perspective. And I think that that's maybe like the biggest difference in terms of my lyrics and the ideas that I write songs about. When you're lost and you're lonely, or you got someplace to go, when you're down and you're broken, you're not out there on your own. When you're caught in the darkness. Well, you can expect a lot of dancing, a lot of fun. It's high energy, but we really take you on a ride. Through COVID, I started these things on TikTok called Piano Chats, which is just like me at the piano chatting about life. And so there's a lot of that woven in. We're really giving you everything. We're giving you like deep thoughts. We're giving you hardcore choreo. We're giving you synths, acoustic piano. I just wanted it to reflect what the record is, which is just all of the facets of my personality. I'm working on my next album.
So you're already on to the next.
I got a grant from the city of New York for the New York Women's Fund to make my next album. So I'm on a deadline. And honestly, it's been really cool because I have been sort of collecting all the ideas and ready to kind of get going on that. It won't come out probably until the end of, 2024. So that's really what I'm working on. And also I'll be touring again in 2024 also.
I should have seen the signs. Kept me hanging by a thread, and I'll say I should have known better.
There's 4 videos for this record. Everybody, Boy, Setting Me Free, and we just released the final installment for a song called Cosmic Lover. I do feel... Oh, and there were 5 videos. There's a song called London Boys, which is a very kitschy video for anybody watching. There's a green screen, and I'm in an outfit like Westminster Abbey, right? The guards. It's really over the top. But I'm not wearing any pants, of course. And just a hat. And... yeah, Cosmic Lover was the final installment. We announced it and released it to go along with the tour. And that video is this like beautiful old Hollywood style video where I'm dancing with an alien, as you do. So I think that's going to be the end, unless there's a song on the record called Call It Closure that does seem to be a crowd favorite. So maybe we'll sneak one more in. But I think we're going to kind of close this out and then move on to the next record. You can find me on my website at arianaandtherose.com. I'm on Instagram and TikTok at Ariana and the Rose, Twitter, Ariana the Rose, everything. You can just Google Ariana and the Rose, and there I am. Hi, I'm Ariana and the Rose, and you've just been buzzed.